Welcome to #GoFlow. I am Flo here from Bond Timber and we are here at Plymouth Argyle with Matt, the Commercial Development Manager.
Morning, all right?
Yes, we've got a few questions for you.
That's fine.
I hope that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with, have you always wanted to work for Argyle?
I haven't always wanted to work for Argyle. I've done bits and pieces away from football.
Yeah.
So I'm actually a painter and decorator by trade, which nobody knows.
Oh, really?
So that's one side of something that I've done. I've done all sorts of sales. Love my football. I've worked for one other football club that won't be named at the moment, but haven't always wanted to be here, but now I'm here, it's brilliant. I've been here about 18 months now, so a little while.
Blimey.
Yeah.
So how long did you do painting beforehand?
I did decorating from the ages of about 15 to through school, and then did sort of college and stuff till about 18, 19. I still do bits and pieces now, mainly for friends that want something on the cheap or a freebie. So everybody always, as soon as they find out you can paint, I get pulled in whenever I've got any spare time, which is very rare working here.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Bond Timber coming back as front of shirt sponsors?
I think it's great. It's again, I've only been here 18 months, but having spoken to Argyle supporters and sponsors, everybody's buzzing that you're coming back on. We've almost gone full circle together, which is one of the reasons why it's been well received. It's a local company that's grown with us, shares our values and visions, great people, so yeah, buzzing. I'm looking forward to seeing the shirts now.
Do you remember when they were last front of house?
I remember seeing them on the shirts, and I've been in Club Argyle on a few match days now, and we've known about this deal for a little while, and I've seen a few people walking around in the older shirts with Bond Timber, and they're still manufactured by Puma, so perhaps keep it quiet, which we've done so well so far, but now it's in the public, buzzing, brilliant.
Yeah. So what team outside of Argyle do you support?
I am a boyhood Aston Villa fan, so born and bred, raised in the Midlands, always been a Villa man. Through me mum and dad, and the rest of my family are all Villa, so as well as Argyle, I'm a Villa man.
Okay.
Which isn't really a secret, to be fair, most people are aware of that by now. I get a lot of abuse.
So almost adding on to that, what is the best goal that you've ever witnessed, as in person, if you have?
Best goal that I've ever seen live was, this will show I'm 35 now, but going back to 1998, a player called Stan Collymore against Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
And I went with my mum, and I was only about 11. It was a big day out for me. And but yeah, unbelievable goal. Go on YouTube and see if you can find it. You probably won't.
Well, it's a long time ago, so it's clearly stuck with you.
I'm old, that's the problem.
So a bit away from football, what do you do in your free time?
I'm quite sad that football is everything, always has been. So even when I'm not here watching Argyle, if we're away from home, I try and watch the game. If very rare occasion that that Argyle are away and Villa at home, I go there. But I've got a daughter, so she does a lot of dance. So I'm normally sat in the car, taxiing her to dance classes, paying for food and dance, and just waiting for her to come out. So very boring, I'm afraid.
Very productive.
Productive, but boring. So dance or football is brilliant. I'm taxiing. Is my life, really.
Lovely.
Sad, isn't it? Yeah.
What's the best thing about working for Argyle?
I get to, in previous jobs, talk about football all the time, and you get told off because you should be working here. It's good. So working at football club's brilliant, but Argyle in particular, there's a lot of pride. Everybody's on the same page, and we all want the same thing. Yeah. So you're pushed hard sometimes, and the hours are massive. But it's always about improvement and trying to be the best that we can be. So that's one of the things that's changed since where I come from beforehand. But yeah, it's a good place to be. If you like football, working at a football club's pretty good.
I was going to say. So have you played football since you're a boy? Or?
I still play football. Not very good, hence why I work in the office. I'm not on the actual pitch, but I try and play 11-a-sides, very rarely grassroots levels, and not that great, and 5-a-side with my mates. As I said, I'm getting a bit older now, so I need to rein it in a bit because it hurts as you get older.
Did you ever try and become a professional footballer?
I'd love to have been a footballer, but facts are I was never good enough, so here we are,
no,
in the commercial team,
It's fine, you're involved in it, you're in the community.
We're still here, clinging on.
So what would you say is your funniest moment in your career?
One of the funniest moments is, so again, I moved to Argyle from Exeter City, which is a bit of a contentious subject, but we beat Exeter 4-2 here, and it's the first time that I'd seen anybody from Exeter City. And after the game, I normally wait for the Argyle man of the match to come off.
Yeah.
So we just won 4-2. I'm grinning like a Cheshire cat, trying to be professional. And I ended up high-fiving most of the Exeter City players that I knew from before. So that was quite weird. We'd just beaten our biggest rivals, hammering it down with rain, and I was high-fiving them laughing by the way end. So
It's fine.
that was a bit weird.
Group support?
It's all,
quite good.
yeah, not too bad, but luckily it was all the funny side. I got away with it. So
Yeah.
okay.
So adding on to that, what was your most embarrassing moment within your career?
Again, was when I was working at Exeter. I was new to the job, and we had an end of season awards, so I didn't know too many of the players. I was hosting the University of Exeter, loads of supporters and people were there, probably 300 people, and I won't name who the player was, wasn't very good, came in steaming drunk and had thought he'd won an award, so walked up to the stage to collect it from me. I didn't know who he was. He then got quite abusive to the supporters and then left. So that was quite embarrassing, but funny now I look back on it. But there you go.
Brilliant. Well, wouldn't be a normal sporting event if there wasn't someone who's drunk, was there?
Never a dull moment.
A player to take a penalty for you on your life, who would you want taking it
On
for
my
you?
life, at the moment, it would be Ivan Toney at Brentford.
Okay.
He just doesn't miss.
Yeah.
I say that now. If he misses, then
You
not very
jinxed
good.
him.
I've died. Yeah. If it was an Argyle player, I still back Ryan Hardy.
Okay.
I think he's still quite calm. He scored
Yeah.
one here recently against
Oh,
Derby,
lovely.
which was a big moment. So, Ryan, if you're watching, my life's on you. No pressure.
No pressure at all. So what does the first hour of your day look like?
I get up quite early, so normally I'm up at 5:45. In the car for 6, and I drive. I live just in between Newton Abbot and Torquay, so I
Okay.
drive to the gym in Plymouth, and then I do an hour there to beat all the traffic and try and be healthy rather than eating loads of rubbish
Yeah.
in the office. So I normally straight to the gym, do an hour of something, shower, and then in here trying to catch up with emails and stuff.
Blimey.
Yeah.
15-minute turnaround in the morning.
It's not bad.
That's
I'm
very
prepped the
quick.
night before.
That's
so
very
If you
impressive.
put everything in the car,
Yeah.
iron shirts and everything in the car, you have to go to the car anyway.
Yeah.
So I might as well just go to the gym. Otherwise, I'm not going. I'm staying in bed.
That's good.
Yeah.
Forces you out of the
A little
house.
life tip there for you.
Might have to start doing that. So what would you say are the main benefits for working for Argyle?
Main benefits you get to meet. Sounds very cheesy. You do get to meet loads of different people, different sponsors, and find out why they do it.
Yeah.
So whilst I haven't got a marketing background like yourself, it's not my cup of tea. You get to understand different reasons why people do it, and you meet interesting characters. Some people that have been here because they just bleed green.
Yeah.
Other people aren't football fans, but they see the benefit of coming here. And like I said, the main thing for me is I've always been into football, so to be
Yeah.
around it every day. I don't wake up most mornings and think I don't want to go to work. They are busy weeks, and some days you do 6 days, and you're up not home till 11 o'clock at night. But
Yeah.
when you walk into a football stadium, it's not too bad. So
Yeah, well, you're working in
good.
an atmosphere that you really enjoy, so that must help a lot.
It's good. I'm sure we'll be seeing much more of you here next year.
Yeah, I hope so. I
Yeah.
look forward to it.
That'll be good.
So last question of this. What led you to work as an account manager?
I like to talk a lot about football and people and stuff like that. And I think with my role, it isn't necessarily going out and attracting new business and trying to take money from people. It's more of a case of making sure that we deliver our end.
Yeah.
Do the stuff, do what we say we're going to do. If you can do a little bit extra for people and show that you appreciate the support, that's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
So I went from painting and decorating, ended up working second job in a bar. Met somebody, said, "Oh, you'd be quite good at sales because you like talking and blah blah blah." So I ended up there. I approached someone that worked at Exeter through LinkedIn. So I had
Okay.
no idea of how to work in football, but knew I wanted to work in it in some capacity. Did some sort of shadowing work voluntarily at Exeter. They created a job for me just selling programme artwork at the time.
Oh, that's lovely.
Then I ended up taking over the commercial team with my previous colleague Mark when he moved on. And here we are at Argyle. So I don't really know what's happened, but I'm happy to be here.
So how long did you work at Exeter for before?
I was there for
transferring?
5 years, or just
Oh,
over
so you got a lot
5
of
years.
background.
So a little while,
Yeah.
but sort of learnt the ropes there, come across. This job isn't overly difficult. It's more of a case of just getting to know people and just be a good person
Yeah.
and deliver what you said you're going to do. So here we are.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that is all the questions about Argyle.
Okay.
Questions. I do have a quick fire question round. So, who/what would you be reincarnated as?
I'd be reincarnated as my cat because he's got the best life of anybody. He does nothing other than sleep all day, gets fed, and then, screams in my face when he wants more food. So it'd be him. It's called Mojo, by the way, for those that are wondering.
Do you have a favourite film or TV series?
I like Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
mainly because I was brought up around those areas. And
Okay.
yeah, so from Birmingham originally, so I'll probably say Peaky Blinders. A bit violent mind, but they are.
Lovely. What animal best describes you?
Probably a hyena, because as you can tell, I'm always laughing and always sort of smiling, and I don't take life too seriously, which gets me in trouble sometimes. But
Never a bad way to be. What is your favourite lunchbox snack?
Boring again. I like olives at the moment. I've
Olives.
become quite cultured since coming to Plymouth. So olives. If it wasn't olives, I'd probably go something like beef roysters. Those crisps, they're unbelievable.
Okay. I'll allow the crisps,
99p,
maybe not
six
the
pack,
olives.
unbelievable.
What is your mastermind subject?
Aston Villa, probably. Yeah.
So any question on that, do you reckon you'll get it?
Most of them, unless you're going to test me one in, I'll get it wrong.
I'm probably not the best person to
No,
test
that's
you on
fine.
that. If you could pick any destination to go on holiday, where would you go?
I'm going away in June actually to Cyprus, and I've not been away for years. So anywhere that's hot,
Yeah.
where I can still watch a bit of football and get away with it, but sit on the beach or sit by poolside is fine. So I could be anywhere in the world.
I'm telling
But
you,
going to Cyprus.
Cyprus is elite. Do you have a favourite band or singer?
So again, found any Midlands lad, so raised on UB40, which you've probably never heard of, to be
No.
fair, but reggae band from Birmingham. So I was any sort of Christmas,
Okay.
family do's, funerals, bit of UB40, so probably a bit of that.
Reggae tends to be quite a safe
There you
bet
go.
though.
You listen to it on the car on the way home now. You thank me later.
Who is your favourite sporting hero?
My boyhood hero growing up was a player called Ian Taylor, played for Villa,
Okay.
surprisingly. Brommy lad. He grew up as a supporter on the stands 5'6", and then made it right the way through.
Wow.
Fortunately I didn't, so here we are. Yeah.
So have you always supported?
Always
the
been a
same
Villa
football?
fan, yeah, always been a Villa fan, but Park Green as well. I remember when we first moved down to Devon, I've said this to Emma and Sean before, I had a mate of mine at school who was a massive Argyle fan.
Yeah.
So when I was old enough to go to the football on my own and be trusted by my mum, dear of her, I used to come to Plymouth and watch us when so Mickey Evans was up front and David Frio in midfield. So there's always been a bit of green there,
Yeah.
but my allegiances are claret and blue mainly. Sorry.
That is all the questions that we have for you today.
Thank you.
But thank you for being involved in this
No problem.
and being such a great sport.